Gokukoku no Brynhildr episode 12 was intense as fuck. I can't even lie. Goddamn, like, I'm looking at this episode and I'm just like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Then I got to the end and I was like, what the fuck? First of all, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. Your boy was right. I'm about to put a clip in right now that shows how I was right. Have we gotten everyone's lab number? Because isn't 1107 Katori? Is she 1107? And if she's not, I think she is. And I think this is my personal belief. Like I said, I think I said this in one of my old reviews. I think that Katori is going to be the one who, like, has the power to either destroy the Valkyrie or destroy the world. It's not going to be Kuroha. It's going to be Katori. I said that Katori was going to be the one who was 1107. I said it. That it was something inside of her that was going to, like, be the deciding factor in, like, everything that the series is. And that's exactly what the fuck it is. She has this alien being thing inside of her that can reset Earth, meaning that it destroys humanity. It destroys the life that is on the planet. I don't know if it means the animals that's on the planet, but it definitely means the human beings that are on the planet. So I said that shit. I said that. When Hatsuna came and she was like, and who are you? I was like, right then and there, I already know. I already know that Katori was somewhere else. She was a witch that wasn't known by everyone. So that right there let me know she had to be the one who was codenamed number 1107. But this episode starts off, man, and Ichijuku or Chisato, I probably just refer to him as Chisato now, but Chisato, that's his first name, I'm assuming, he's landing in his helicopter, like, right in front of the observatory. And I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, this he's right here, you know what I'm saying? Like, the main antagonist is right here, and he lands and he comes inside, pause, he steps inside of the observatory, you know, and he's like, Katori, Taka, whatever her last name is, come with us. Alright, 1107, come with us. Alright, enough of this cat and mouse shit. You coming with us right now. And I was like, okay, this dude's a beast, right? But then, like, before that, though, again, it picks back up with Valkyrie or Mako. I think she said her name was Mako or something like that. Yeah, Mako. She was like, long time no see, Neko. And then Neko was like, who are you? And then Mako was like, so you don't remember me. Okay, now, again, I can't really say now. I can't say it yet. I cannot say it yet. Alright? But y'all know that I'm right about them two being sisters, right? Y'all know that I called that shit right. You know that I said that shit right. You know that your boy called this right, okay? Because she was like, you told me, Mako was talking to Chisato, she said, you told me that I didn't have to kill Neko. I wouldn't have to hurt Neko. Why does she care so much about Neko? Why does she care so much about her? That would imply that it's a bond that goes beyond that of just meeting in the lab. You see what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? They are sisters. I don't give a fuck. They look that much alike. She cares that much about her. That's a bond that goes beyond just meeting in the lab. They sisters. Calling that shit right now. So in the next episode, y'all can be like, yeah, Vash called that shit. Because I did. I called it. But pretty much, Chisato gave Mako the kill order. He was just like, look, man, kill everybody in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Except 1107. You know what I'm saying? Murakami tried to, like, you know, use his words to try to get out of the situation. He tried to distract them long enough for Hatsuna to get behind, you know what I'm saying, Valkyrie or Mako, and push the eject button, you know what I'm saying? At least the hang up button, you know what I'm saying? But the harness on her neck is very different. I'm talking about different than motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? That shit was shaped, it looked kind of like that shield shit in Bleach. Remember the whole crest thing that they fucking did to absorb the Phoenix back into the fucking shit? That's what it looked like to me anyway, right? And that shit didn't work. You know what I'm saying? She tried to hang her up. That shit didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Hatsune got her ass sliced. She got her ass sliced and diced, and I was just like, damn. She can't die, but she got her ass sliced in half. So I was like, fuck, right? You know what I'm saying? Murakami's on the floor, talking to, you know what I'm saying? He stands back up, talking to Chisato. He's like, man, what is your problem? Why do the witches have to die? You know what I'm saying? And Chisato was like, man, do you worry about every bug you step on? And I was just like, this dude is like, I like characters who just are like regular fucking people. Just regular ass humans. And are evil as fuck. Because for as much bad shit as the witches do, a human being is running the show. And that dude evil as hell. I mean, Chisato, no fucks given on his part. No fucks. Not a single fuck is given on this dude's part. And I'm just like, I gotta clap it up for you, dude. You an evil ass motherfucker, son. You know what I'm saying? But after that, though, again, Chisato gives the kill order. He's like, hey, man, take him out. Except for 1107, take everybody out. You know what I'm saying? And so, Neko Kuroha was, you know what I'm saying, she was like using her blasting power or whatever, and Chisato was like, she's standing in our way. Take her out. And Mako was like, man, I don't want to have to do it. And he's like, listen, don't make me say that shit twice. Again, on some Rick James shit, right? Hey, you my bottom bitch, but I ain't gonna say that shit twice. You hear me? And she was just like, yeah, I got you. She raised her hand or whatever like this here on some Final Flash shit, right? You know what I'm saying? And Murakami steps in the way, and his whole side is just taken. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew just from the angle in which he got blasted, I was like, yeah, he's gonna die. Because most of his side, like his lungs and all that shit was missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would bleed out, yeah, but he probably, like, more than likely, he couldn't even breathe because his lung was missing on this side. So I was just like, yeah, it's not looking good for your boy. You know what I'm saying? It's just not looking good for a kid, right? And he falls down, and he's starting to black out and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, he was going out like a boss. He looked at Chisato, he was like, hey, don't lump me in with you. It is a life that's more precious than my own. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, you go out like a boss, Murakami. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna die, son, you go out like a G. And that's what he was about to do, right? You know what I'm saying? So, he's dying. Kazumi's crying. Now, again, it was always somewhat kind of like hinted that Kazumi had some slight affection for him, whether it might have just been, you know, playful lust or whatever, but no, in this episode, you know what I'm saying, I thought that before anyway, because of the amount of jealousy she had, you know what I'm saying, and the feelings she had towards various things that he had done in the series. But this episode, when he's dying, she's crying, you know what I'm saying, she's like visibly upset by losing this dude, you know what I'm saying. Like, even Kana's face had emotion on it, which was the weirdest shit to see because, you know, she can't move, so that was kind of weird to see. But Kazumi, yeah, her love for him is as much as Kuroha, if not more, than Kuroha's is. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Kazumi so far is my favorite character, so, you know, there's that, you know. But he's dying, and Nanami comes back, shows back up, and she was like, yeah, man, I was looking at everybody's memories, and I was able to see who the lab feared the most. Now, the one thing that I thought of, that I was kind of like, why didn't you do that then? If you could see everyone's memory, I'm not shitting on Nanami, alright, she died, you know what I'm saying, it was sad as hell, you know, but she's playing a factor right now, even beyond her death, and that's cool. But the thing that I said was, well, if you were able to go into everyone's memories and all that type of shit, and see who they feared the most in the lab, couldn't you have just saw where the lab was and told them that shit? Like, right away? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not being an ass, but I just felt like she could have been like, yeah, this is the location right here. Like, as she was dying, as she put her conscience into Murakami's head, she could have like, listen, this is the location of the lab. Whether you're gonna go there, whether you're gonna storm that shit by yourself or not, that's up to you. Okay, but this is the location right here. I went through all these people's memories. I know where it is. Bam. Location right there. Pills right there. Bam. But she shows up and she tells them that the lab feared 1107 Katori and Neko. And they feared her because she has a power hidden deep inside of her, like Gohan, that is stronger than the Valkyries is. And I was just like, okay, I kind of said that shit too. You know what I'm saying? I said that Neko was going to be a character who can just do more than blow shit up. And apparently she can. So. But her power can't be like contained and controlled. So they don't use it. They seal the shit. And she told him that if he pushes the third button, not the one that kills, I mean, not the one that ejects or the one that hangs up, but the third option. If he pushes that button on her harness, then that power will be unleashed. The seal will be broken. But it's a 99.9% chance she won't survive the shit. And so he was about to push it, but then he was like, nah, fuck that. Because Chisato was like, yeah, go ahead, push that shit. She's just gonna die anyway. And so he was like, no, I can't do it. You know, I'm sorry, man. We're gonna die together. We all just gonna die. And they was about to die. But then all of a sudden, like, Valkyrie shit didn't work. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? At first I thought Kotori had did something. I was like, okay, she must have did something. What the fuck is going on? And then you see like these nun type of people, like this organization. I can't pronounce the shit, like Hexagonal or some shit like that, but Hexagon. They come in and this another kid there. I don't know if he's a witch or not, because so far all the witches have been female, but they call him the initiator. You know what I'm saying? And they was like that when he's in a room, all magic is like null and void. Like it doesn't work when he's around. You know what I'm saying? And Chisato, Chisato badass is this motherfucker though, because they come in with guns pointed at Chisato and pointed at Mako because she can't use her magic and all that shit. But Chisato has like, you know what I'm saying? He got like this fucking. He just does like a quick draw, you know what I'm saying? Like a fucking Django quick draw, and he just pops the kid. He just like boop, but he didn't even turn around. He was just like, and I was just like, oh shit, Chisato got them quick hands, right? He shot the kid kind of fell down, and they teleported away. You know, they teleported away. Chisato, Mako, and Kotori were teleported away, and Murakami is now he's on the floor dead. His heart stopped beating and all that type of shit. He's just dead, right? And I was just like shit. And Hatsuna came. It was weird as fuck because like she died on the floor downstairs, but she came from upstairs. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like she was coming from all some steps. I was like, what the? How that happen? But she was coming from up the steps and she was like, I can save him. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the problem is I might die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I owe him, you know what I'm saying? So I do it. And she puts her hands like where his wound is, and you see that he's starting to regenerate, but at the same time she's starting to melt. You know, and I knew right off the bat, you know what I'm saying, spoiler alert, but I knew right off the bat that she wasn't gonna die because her body was still formed. You know what I'm saying? Like, so far when we see witches melt, their body just completely melt, and it's just like nothing left for the most part. Like maybe their clothes, but nothing left. Like Chisato's body was like still kind of there. I'm talking about, I can clearly see her legs, I can clearly see her arms, I can clearly see her head and hair, I can clearly see all that type of stuff. So I was like, yeah, she's still somewhat there. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even really like, oh man, she just died. I was just like, she's still. I said, oh my god, I said Chisato, Hatsuna, I'm sorry, she was still there. So I was just like, Hatsuna's gonna be okay. But Murakami stands back up, and you know what I'm saying, he's talking to the Hexagon or whatever group people, and they're like, man, we gonna kill the witches. And he's like, listen, man, they ain't do shit, okay? And then they give us the backstory. Sorry about that. But they give us the backstory that we've been waiting on about these those alien things. What did they call them? They called them something. It was called, hold on, I'm about to look it up real quickly. I'm about to go back to the episode, so, you know, because it's still pulled up right here. Come on. But they called it something. I think they called it a, something that's like, oh, fuck, why can't I remember the name of it? But they called them something, and they pretty much told us that these, these beings, these things inhabit the witches' bodies or whatever, and they inhabit their bodies to like develop and hatch and live and all that type of shit. And once they reach a level of maturity, they hatch and take over the human host. Yeah, they were called Drassels. I don't know if this had anything to do with Yggdrasil from the Norse religion, you know, that tree thing, because Yggdrasil is used a lot in anime. It was used in Code Geass back here. They made a lot of references to Norse religion in this, the Ragnarok and all that shit. Yggdrasil was used in Digimon, right? Wasn't that like the network's name, the overseer of all things in the Digiworld? It's called Yggdrasil. They use that in Oh My Goddess or Ah My Goddess. They use it in that. So the Yggdrasil has been used a lot. So I'm assuming that this has to do with Yggdrasil, because there are certain references, you know, in this to the Norse religion. Valkyrie is one, so I'm assuming this has something to do with Yggdrasil. But after that, though, she tells him about, you know, the Drassels hatch and they take over the human host and all that type of stuff. But specifically, Kotori's, like I said before, when it hatches, it has the ability to just destroy the humanity. I said the humanity. It has the ability to destroy humanity, just completely wipes it out. And they say, well, we're gonna have to kill her, you know what I'm saying? And Murakami is just like, hey man, we can hold on. Before that though, after she gives them the explanation of what exactly is inside of their harnesses, Kazumi is just like, maybe we should then, you know. And Murakami's like, nah, don't be stupid, fuck all that. Y'all got the right to live too, fuck all that. Don't give up hope. You know what I'm saying? I might be the only one. I'm trying to save y'all, man. Help me save y'all. Don't give up hope. You know what I'm saying? So she has her faith restored again and all that type of stuff. But after that, though, is when Murakami was like, hey, he's like, we can find the lab. You know what I'm saying? We're going to find the lab or whatever. And she was like, he was asking Kazumi if she could hack into the system or whatever. And that woman was like, you don't think we tried hacking? He was like, nah, we got, you know what I'm saying? We got the superb hack. We got Aiden Pierce right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody else might be great hacks, but we got a watchdog right here, right? And Kazumi hacks into the shit, and she finds out that Chisato has a house that's like in his mother's name or some shit. Like right in that park where they fought that girl who could like blast the shot of her mouth. What was it? It began with a K. Kiki. She's called Kiki. But that's where he is or whatever, and they go to where he's at. Now, in the meantime, while all this is going on in the observatory, oh yeah, and the last thing that happens in the observatory is that you see that Hatsuna isn't dead. Her body starts to regenerate, so that's a good note. But after this, though, while this is going on at the same time or whatever, inside of the lab or the place that Chisato was at, he's telling Kotori like his story, and we see that he always have been a dick, like even in his youth, even in the past, but it was one person who we held in the same regard as himself, and that was his sister, whose name was, oh shit, her name was Reina. Her name was Reina, and that's what he calls Kotori. He calls her Reina, and apparently she died. Reina died. She was sick and she died, and he did all these tests to try to bring her back and all that type of shit. And that scene where you see her head kind of just lifeless on that platform, and he's working on trying to bring her back to life. Like, as long as you keep her brain healthy with oxygen and all type of shit, then her body really doesn't matter. So he tries to do all this type of shit, and I was just like, man, like looking at that particular scene, especially with her head kind of up like that, I was like, yeah, I can tell this is the same creator of Elfen Lied or Elfen Lied, however you want to say it. As soon as I saw that scene, I was just like, yeah, I can tell, because even like in the manga, that shit is a scene like it just brought back memories from the first time when I read Elfen Lied. But anyway, he says that he fed the Drasil inside of Kotori's harness Reina's brain so that it could take on her consciousness. And apparently it didn't work. So he said he's going to remove that from her and put it in another host. He's like, he don't care how many people he had to kill to do it. He's gonna bring his sister back. That's his motivation for the most part. He just wants to have his sister back, you know. And in a way that kind of makes him a hypocrite, you know what I'm saying? Because he's like, man, life is worthless except for yours. You know what I'm saying? He said all human life except for his own, he deemed worthless except for his sister. So it's like, you don't really hold fast to the morals that you have. You know what I'm saying? You're just kind of hiding behind that shit. I think he has a superiority complex and a sister complex at the same time. Not that he's in love with his sister, but he has a superiority complex coupled with the fact that he adores his little sister. So that's kind of tragic and sad for that guy. But Kotori is talking about, well, you say that life is worthless, but what about Mako or Valkyrie? And then he was like, yeah, her too. And he was like, and Kotori was like, but she seems like she loves you. And then he was like, yeah, I saved her or whatever, and she feel like she's indebted to me, but I don't have any feelings for her. She's just necessary for this plan that I got. I have no feelings for her whatsoever. And Valkyrie starts to cry, and she's like, I knew it. Like, I knew that was going to happen. And all of a sudden, Kotori's beacon starts to just like light up and hatch, and this fucking beam shoots out from her neck, and it kind of spreads slowly across the earth or whatever. And they say we were too late. The dry seal has hatched, and now all of humanity will be wiped out or whatever. And it was sad, you know. So you see Murakami and all of them looking down at the scene because they're right above where the lab is, you know what I'm saying? So they didn't know where it was before, they know where the fuck it's at now. But they look down at it and they just like, fuck, you know. And that's how this episode ends. The series is coming to an end in the next episode, and I'm sad as fuck. But this has been such a great, awesome fucking theme ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait to start reading the manga now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm purposely not reading it. You know what I'm saying? So that I can watch the episodes and then just jump right into it after I watch the episodes. So this is fucking awesome. Now, I do believe that Kotori will not be with us anymore. That's what I believe. I believe she won't be with us. And that's kind of a... Because there's no way she can be alive with that shit in her harness. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to fucking kill her. So somebody's going to have to kill her. I personally believe that the most merciful thing to do would just be to fucking push the button to melt her. And then once the shit ejects, kill the fucking Drassel that comes out. That's what I believe. Like how that one chick was who could slice shit up and who could reverse time for like 10 seconds or whatever. Like, that would be the most merciful shit, you know what I'm saying? Just outright shooting her, I think that would fucking suck. You know what I'm saying? But just pushing that button and then having it eject, I think that would be the most appropriate method or whatever. That's probably what's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna push the button. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna do it. Who? If I had to take a pick, I would either say it would be Kazumi or Murakami, because Neko's going to be fighting the Valkyrie. I can already see that. And Kazumi might... Because I ain't seen Kazumi do no hand-to-hand combat type of shit, so she might be somewhere on a computer monitoring the situation, or she might do something. I don't know, but it's either going to be Kazumi or Murakami to push the button. I'm leaning more towards Murakami pushing her button to kill her, but... I think that the climax of this episode, the next episode, isn't even going to be Kotori dying. I think it's going to be between the fight between Neko and the Valkyrie, because something's going to happen to where Neko is going to have to release that much of her true potential, and she's going to survive it, of course. So I think that's going to be the highlight, especially because that fight has been built up since like episode 1. If you watch the intro, the last thing you see is like Murakami crying, but you see a white-haired chick and you see Neko, and now we know that the white-haired chick is the Valkyrie, and that Neko was fighting her. So, you know what I'm saying? We've got that since the opening theme in like episode 1. So this fight has been hyped up. I'm stupid hyped, and at the same time I'm sad because the series is about to end. You know what I'm saying? But I'm stupid hyped for this shit though. I am stupid hyped. This show and this episode gets a fucking 20 out of 10 for me. This is fucking superb. I can't wait for the next fucking episode. This has hands down been just an awesome, great fucking series so far. No other show I watch even touches it. No other show. Like, I started watching this and Black Bullet and the Irregular at Magic High School and all this shit all at the same time. And at first I was like, ooh, this Black Bullet shit kind of cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit fire. And it still is. You know what I'm saying? But this one, I guess because of the amount of drama and the emotional content, and there are no kids in this shit either, though. You know what I'm saying? They're all around the age of 16 or so they're not kids. I mean, they're kids to me because I'm almost 10 years older than them, but, like, they 16, they teenagers. You know, but in Black Bullet, you got, like, Inju and all the cursed children. They're all children. They're, like, 10 years old, so. But, man, this has been a great fucking series, though, man. Please let me know what you think about this shit. Let me know what you think is going to happen next, man. Do you read the manga? And after this series ends, are you going to start? Because I am. Vash Stampede, man, signing out. Oh, and also, if you could, please go subscribe to the Vash Collabos channel. It's probably going to be in the description below. And the Vash Collabos channel is the channel in which I collaborate with various people in my life, friends and all that type of stuff, man, my family. Play video games on that channel. That's where all my video game shit gonna go. And also the collaborations when we talk about anime and manga. And if you are a YouTuber and you want to do a collaboration, just let me know and we can do that type of shit. But Vash Stampede, man, signing out.